Gaining momentum, President Trump gets even more support in his legal challenge of the 2020 election. The number of states signing onto what is expected to be a landmark case brought by Texas before the Supreme Court, now up to 17 states. Hello, everyone. Welcome to National Report. We're so glad you're here. I'm Emma Reckenberg.
And I'm Rob Finnerty in for Sean Kreisman today. The Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, defending the case, telling our Grant Stinchfield last night that one fraudulent vote anywhere is a disservice to voters everywhere.
My voters were protected, but this is a national election. And the fact that this happened in other states has an impact of disenfranchising my voters, given that we had elections that were fair and by the law.
For more on this story, we want to bring in Newsmax White House correspondent Emerald Robinson. Emerald, what's the very latest with the Texas lawsuit?
Hi, Emma. Well, look, today is the deadline for defendant states to file their responses. It's 3 o'clock today for the Supreme Court, so this could move rather quickly. Major developments in the last 24 hours with 17 total red states signing on in support of the Texas lawsuit led by Attorney General Ken Paxton, who you just played there. Now, the president clearly feeling good about this kind of support they're seeing. He took to Twitter to say, quote, wow, at least 17 states have joined Texas in the extraordinary case against the greatest election fraud in the history of the United States. The president saying thank you. Now, the president has also filed to become a party in this case, seeing as how it directly affects his rights as a person. He has filed for an intervention. He has appointed a lawyer to help him with his bid. That lawyer is John Eastman. In a statement released by the campaign, Eastman said, I am honored that the president asked me to represent him in this manner. I think his intervention in this case strengthens an already very strong original action by the state of Texas. Now, while it's getting support from attorney generals in red states across the country, it's not getting support by the attorney general in Georgia, who released a statement via Twitter saying that, with all due respect, the Texas attorney general is constitutionally, legally, and factually wrong about Georgia. We're being told there was actually a phone call between that attorney general and President Trump that got a bit contentious. But look, other people in the state of Georgia don't necessarily feel that way. We've been talking to a lot of people on the ground, a lot of congressional aides down there, and there are lawmakers, members of the legislatures, who are looking to support this Texas lawsuit, which pits them again against the leadership in their own state. Emma? Rob?
A very fascinating lawsuit there. The president had also tweeting out at one senator in particular, Senator Ted Cruz, and he had a question for the senator regarding this specific lawsuit in Texas. What can you tell us about that?
Well, look, I haven't actually seen that tweet regarding Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz had actually offered to represent the president in his bid in the Pennsylvania case before the Supreme Court. And Ted Cruz has been supportive of the president's effort to look into election fraud and for state legislatures to perhaps intervene. This is a constantly moving case, and a lot of people are saying a lot of different things. But what is interesting, I will say, is that there are those in the GOP establishment, Emma, who have disparaged this case brought by the Texas Attorney General, calling it frivolous. And so you're seeing a split in the Republican Party on the president's efforts to contest the election results.
Yeah,
it's gotten interesting.
It has. It's fascinating. We continue to follow it. I believe he asked for the senator to participate in the lawsuit as well. He did mention yesterday that he was going to intervene with the lawsuit. So very fascinating. Moving pieces here. That's just one headline, really top headline of the day, because there's another one we've been following since back in October, in fact. But Hunter Biden now recently revealing that he was under investigation for his taxes. What more can you tell us about that this morning?
Well, look, I'm glad, Emma, that the rest of the media is catching up, right? There was only a handful, if even of that, of outlets who covered the Hunter Biden laptop pre-election, and the corporate media, by and large, sat this out, saying that it was unverified and there was no reason to cover it ahead of the presidential election. And now we're learning that Hunter Biden has been under investigation. There's been a probe into tax issues, but also potential money laundering between him and his associates in his business ventures, especially as it relates to China. That probe's been going on since 2018. So the fact that we're just now hearing about this is not coincidental. Now, in talking about this, Hunter Biden said that he was made aware of it yesterday. The Biden-Harris transition team also put out a statement by the former vice president saying that he still remains very proud of his son. Investigators are trying to say that they're not looking into Joe Biden, but in talking to a lot of the lawmakers here who've been very involved in investigating the Bidens, they say there's no way that you can look into Hunter Biden and not also take a look at his father and the potential conflicts there, or if there were any dealings. This clearly is now a story that's going to get some coverage, so we're going to be talking about it even more. But look, Hunter Biden had business interests in China, in Ukraine, and it'll be interesting to see. The FBI is just now saying that they're seeking investigation, or they're seeking subpoenas and interviews. Some say if this has been going on since 2018, shouldn't they be much further along?
Yeah, some great points. The New York Post was quick to report it, and of course it was dismissed by mainstream media outlets as Russian disinformation.
Exactly.
Now we're seeing how things are turning around. Newsmax White House correspondent Emerald Robinson live for us at the White House this morning. Emerald, thank you.